See that on the dorsal aspect? Right here. There. See that on the dorsal aspect right there? You guys see that? No? Yes? Maybe? Here. What? I don't know. Does that make it worse or better? Can you see it better with the blue or with the pointer? Okay, so right there. Number 4. Coming from the dorsal aspect. Can you guys see that? Coming from the dorsal aspect. Right? It's a little bit weird. Coming from the dorsal aspect. So it's coming from back here, from the dorsal aspect, like this. Okay? Here's how we account for that. The cell bodies are still located in the ventral portion, but what they do is instead of just coming out like this, instead of just coming out ventrally like this, they in fact go behind. They go through the nervous tissue and they loop all the way around, and then they cross over each other, and then they exit from the dorsal aspect. So yes, they are originally ventral root, but now they're emerging from the dorsal aspect. So again, it's like, right, doesn't follow the rule, it's the exception. But they were originally ventral root. Okay, so now, right, well, I don't even need the cerebrum anymore. So we've got 1, which was on the cerebrum. We've got 2 right here. And then we got 3, and then 4 is basically kind of, right after number 3. When we talk about the ventral root versus dorsal root one, tell me again, which ones were ventral root? 3, 4, 6, and 12, yeah? So by the time we get to number 5, what are we dealing with now?
Both.
Extension of the brain, ventral root, or dorsal root?
Dorsal root.
Dorsal root. The only thing is, instead of actually still being located on the dorsal part of the brain, instead of really seeing them on the dorsal part of the brain, the originally dorsal root cranial nerves are going to come from the lateral aspect of the brain. So they're not ventral, and they're not really dorsal, but they're on the lateral aspect. So now we're going to jump from the ventral aspect right here. So here was ventral, right? Here was the ventral aspect right here, right? Can you see that right there, that little stub?
It doesn't have a name.
You see that stub?
I don't know that.
Is that ventral or is that
It's in my
lateral?
notes.
That's lateral. It's laterally located, kind of coming off the pons on the lateral aspect. Yes? That little thing right there, that's number 5.
Starts with an.
And that's the entire beginning, the trigeminal. Okay, it's not, ophthalmic or maxillary or something like that.
Starts with
But
a T.
laterally located, that's number 5 right there. Okay? Located laterally. There's number 5. Right? See that right there? Number 5. And we're still going in order, right? 1 would be over here, 2, 3, and then 4 from over here. And then look, number 5. So we're still going in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 right here. Okay? Still going in order. We're going to continue going in order. After number 5, what's next?
6.
Number 6. Now, what I want you to look at is, where was number 3 located in relation to the pons? Superior. Where was number 5 located in relation to the pons? Kind of on the lateral aspect. Where do you think you should find number 6?
Ventral.
Inferior to the pons. It looks like it's laying on top of the pons, and you might say, oh, it's coming off of the pons. No, this is a model, so you can't see that it's actually laying on top of it, but it's coming out. It's originating from the inferior aspect. So this, where I'm showing you where the probe is, right, that's where number 6 starts. There's number 6 coming up like this. So there's where 6 starts, and then it goes up. So see those 2 right there, the left and the right? This is where it starts, inferior to the pons, and then it comes up like this. So number 6 right there, what? Abducens, exactly, this is abducens. So starts right here, and then moves in the cranial or superior or rostral direction. So 6 starts right here, inferior to the pons, and then moves superior like this. Number 6 starts inferior to the pons, and moves in the cranial direction like that. And you can see the pairs of them, right? 6 starts here, inferior, and then moves superior. Number 6 right there, just like that. Yes? All right, now, what was next? 6 and then?
7.
7. And it's 7. Extension of the brain, dorsal root or ventral root? Dorsal root. So where do you expect to find it? Laterally on the brain. Now again, we're still going in order, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take where number 6 was. Number 6 was right here, and now we're going to move slightly more lateral and slightly more inferior, and in this case, we're actually going to see, right, on this model, I'm going to show you, I'm going to put the kind of probe right on top of it, right? This is, in fact, 7 and 8 together on this model. This model does not have them really well separated, so 7 and 8 together, okay? Notice how they're a little bit more lateral than number 6. Okay, so 7 and 8 together right there, and then I'm going to show you a different model where they're more separate. So 7 and 8 right here. And notice how I'm saying 7 and 8, okay? The reason why I'm saying 7 and 8 is because 7 gives off number 8. Okay, evolutionarily, number 8 is a branch off of 7. So they were originally one nerve, and then 8 branched off from number 7. So that's why they're together. They still go in order, right? So 7 and then 8, right? So those are right there. So now let me show you another one where they're a little bit more separate. Now, here, use this one. I'll start this way. So, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. Right? Oops, those are too close. 6, 7, 8. Right? 6, 7, 8. See how they're more separate? 6, 7, 8. And aren't 7 and 8 both more lateral? Right, so here's 6, right there, 6, and then 7 and 8. Okay, again, 6, 7, 8. These ones are numbered. If you want, you can look at this one, they're numbered. Okay, so 6, 7, 8. Right, can you see that, Mary? 6, 7, 8. Right? You see that, Francisco? 6, 7, 8. Right? 6, 7, 8. Make sense? All right, so that's 7 and 8. What comes next?
9.
Number 9. Now, 9 and 10 are not, associated. They're not branches of each other. But on this little yellow one, right, this yellow one that we're seeing right here, they have 9 and 10 kind of stuck together. So same way 7 and 8 were stuck together on this model, 9 and 10 are stuck together. But what I want you to notice is, remember, this is the ventral aspect. Okay? This is ventral, and this is dorsal. So ventral, dorsal. Okay, you have to kind of keep that in perspective. Ventral, dorsal. All right, again, ventral and dorsal. And the reason why I'm showing you that is because, well, you'll notice is there's a little ventral thing right here. There's a ventral piece right there. Can you guys see that? I'm pushing the probe onto the ventral piece, right? But then there's also a little dorsal piece, and now I'm pushing on the dorsal part, right? So there's ventral right here, right? There's ventral here, and then there's dorsal right there. Ventral right here, dorsal right there. Can you see the difference? You see that there's 2 of them, right? There are 2 of them. One of them's ventral, that's this one here, and the other one's dorsal, and that's this one here. Can you guys see that? Ventral here, dorsal right there. Okay, there's a ventral one here, there's a dorsal one right there. Yes? You guys see that? Ventral one, dorsal one. Yeah? So, are we going to go to the ventral one? Remember, we're doing 9 and 10 right now. So should we be looking for a ventral nerve? No, because 9 and 10 are both originally dorsal root. 9 and 10 are both originally dorsal root. So we want to look at this more dorsal thing right here. And that more dorsal one is both, in this model, both 9 and 10. So this more dorsal one, 9 and 10. Okay? If you can think of it as lateral if you want, but this is 9 and 10 together. Okay, so that's 9 and 10 together right there. Right? 9 and 10 together. Yes? All right, now, remember how we said that 8 was originally a branch off of number 7? 11 is a branch off of number 10. 11 actually unites with, in a weird way, from the spinal cord, and then branches off of 10. So, remember how we just saw 9 and 10 together right there? Right? Well, if I follow it down, can you see this little line of other nerves that's coming off of actually the spinal cord down here? Right? So, 9 and 10 were right here, and then this little line of nerves right there, that's 11. That's helping to form number 11 right there. So 9 and 10, and then there's 11 right there. Okay? 9 and 10, there's 11 right there. Now, because 11 is just a branch off of 10, is it supposed to be ventral or dorsal? It's supposed to be dorsal. So can you see that it just follows the same line as number 9, 10, and 11? They're all in line with each other, just like this. They're all on the lateral aspect. Here's 9. Well, 9 and 10, there's 11. 9 and 10, there's 11. 9 and 10, there's 11. Right? 9 and 10, and there's 11. See right there, number 9 and 10 right here, and then 11 right there. Okay? And then, what was the general rule when we were kind of following the nerves and numbering them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 12. What was the general rule? They go in order, right? So you start rostrally and you make your way inferior, and they go in order. So far, has that pretty much been accurate?
Yes.
But remember that funny little ventral thing that we saw right here? Do you remember that one little ventral piece sticking out? Ventral to 9 and 10? Do you see that right there? Ventral to 9 and 10. So it's ventral to 9 and 10, which means that it is in fact superior to number 11. You guys see that, right? This one right here, the one I'm pointing to right here. Right? See that right there? Ventral to 9 and 10, so it's superior to 11. That's number 12. Now, what else do we know about number 12? Other than the fact that it's number 12 and it's called the hypoglossal, where does it come from?
Direct extension. Oh.
Which one? Ventral root.
Nope.
Is this located on the ventral aspect of the brain? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Located on the ventral aspect of the brain. Does that fit the pattern? Which ones are ventral root?
3.
Which ones? 3, 4, 6, and 12. Isn't that ventral root?
Yes.
Can you see it on the ventral aspect of the brain? Yeah. So now, with these ones, right, the yellow ones are a little easier to see, but this one, it's bigger. So we're going to do the same thing. Number 1, right, 1, 2, 3 in here, 4 from the back, 5 from the side, 6, and then we go 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then we jump back to 12 over here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 from the back, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12 over here. Okay, so they go in order, and then 12 kind of jumps back. So 1, 2, 3 down here, 4 coming from the back, 5 laterally, 6 ventrally again, 7, 8 laterally, 9, 10, 11 laterally, and then over here, number 12, it's on the ventral aspect again. So 1, 2, 3, 4 from the back, kind of violates the rule again, 5 from the lateral aspect, 6 from ventral, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, all lateral, or really dorsal, and then number 12 right there again, right? And then again, 1, 2, 3, 4 coming from the back, 5, 6, 7, 8, can't see what I'm doing, 9, 10, 11, and then 12 right there. Yeah? So that's it. Those are cranial nerves. Yes?
You know how our rule of thumb with muscles was dorsal is going to be the lateral aspect and ventral is going to be the medial aspect? Does that rule fit here too?
Well, I guess you could think of it that way, right? Because basically if it's ventral, then it is more medial than lateral. So you can kind of use that, yeah.
Also, based on what you just showed us, what would be an example of a question you would ask on the practical?
Okay, an example would be, right, point to a particular nerve and then simply ask, is this originally dorsal root, ventral root, or an extension of the brain? Yeah? So, yeah, you should know those things. Okay, so you can look at these and then we'll do real brains in a little while. So look at them, you know, you can use your cats. Hey, don't forget, you gotta know your muscles too.